I don't know what happened there, guys. My stream wasn't going live and I was clicking and clicking and clicking, but I'm finally live. And welcome to the show. South Africa are in complete control of this match. That's about it. In stream. No, I'm just joking. So, South Africa, yeah, in complete control on day three. And Zimbabwe are going to have to chase a hell of a target if they want to win this match. Ultimately, that is going to have to be their aim, is it not? So we are sitting with a situation where we had one player again step up and perform to keep South Africa in the game. I would not keep them in the game, but to keep their innings together. That's what I should be saying. And overall, this one player is going to get the plaudits today, and we're going to be speaking about him mainly on today's show. We haven't really had much bowling today, only batting. So that's all we're going to be speaking about is our batting performance today. So let's get straight into today's video. But before we get going, I would like you guys to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Click that notification bell for all future videos, please. Smash the like button, comment and share. Please comment in the comment section after we've ended the stream, and also download the latest issue of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every single month. The link is on the screen right now, as well as in the description. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Cricket Fanatics magazine. This is your review show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we talk about all the major talking points that happened in the first test, day three, between Zimbabwe and South Africa. Pretty straightforward for me. Not a lot to talk about today, so it's gonna be quite a quick one today, guys. Sorry about that. It's not my fault. Blame the Proteas. I'm just kidding. So, a dominant performance with the bat today from South Africa. They obviously came into bat this morning in a very strong position, even though they lost one wicket late on in the day. Obviously, that being Matthew Brzezinski. But they were 49 for 1 at the start of the morning. And just as they brought up their 50 runs on the board, Tony de Zorzi went and nicked off. And this is after, obviously, a decent start from South Africa. I mean, from him particularly, I would say Tony de Zorzi was looking pretty good. He was looking decent. We got 64 runs on the board. And then he lost his wicket, sorry. So it wasn't just as we brought up 50. I lie. So de Zorzi's wicket was a little bit of a weird one because he kind of he dangled his bat outside off at the ball that was going to fifth stump. Was pretty short, but the ball almost like went slow motion and dropped into second slip's hand. It almost looked like it wasn't going to reach the second slip. So it was a little bit of a weird one, that wicket. But then David Bedingham came out and they kind of started to, build momentum there. They were building a very good partnership. Him and Wiaan Mulder, they took them past the 100-run mark. They got to 136. And then David Bedingham went and gave his wicket away, threw his wicket away with a pull shot to mid wicket, which was quite weird. He was seeing the ball quite well. He was hitting the ball, timing the ball quite nicely. So it was very strange, that one as well, because we wanted our senior players to step up now, and they all this contributed again with just cameos and not going on to score those milestones. I'm a little bit disappointed about that because I really wanted our senior players to step up. But boy, did one person step up. But before I get there, I just want to mention, Luandre struggled a bit against the spin. Masakesa taking his wicket and Deva Brevis' wicket, bowling both youngsters. So there is going to be a little bit of work done there. But at that point, he was spinning the ball, turning the ball from like wide outside off and turning it in. So It was that he was getting a lot of turn and purchase in the wicket. But yeah, both bowlers 4 and 3 respectively going out for low totals this time. But I'm not going to get into them or climb into them because they had brilliant first innings, both of them. So there is no reason for me to criticize them at all. Then Calvert came to the wicket and he helped Wiaan Mulder get to his 100. That was a very key partnership. Wiaan Mulder brought up his second century and his first in the position at number 3. A lot of criticism going his way about batting at number 3. A lot of people haven't really liked that decision of him batting at number 3, but he performed exceptionally well. And I liked how cautious he was over the 2 days. He didn't try to rush things or try to force things. He was playing very good defensive shots. He was leaving well. He played the ball when he needed to on merit and put them to the boundary, played aggressively when he needed to, really calculated his innings very, very well. And I have to give him props. He was brilliant. And he was motoring away and he took South Africa to 259, past, obviously past 150, then past 200, then past 250. And it was looking like he was going to get a 150. And then he went for a big shot and he got caught on the boundary, and it was on 147 of 206 balls, 17 fours, 2 sixes. A brilliant knock by Wiaan Mulder, but he put South Africa right in the driving seat, I must say. And it was a brilliant knock from him, a good all-round performance for Wiaan Mulder in this test match so far, and he still has some balls to bowl as well in Zimbabwe's second innings. So still not over this test match for Wiaan Mulder, but what a performance by him. Possibly the man of the match, I feel, in this match. The way he performed in the second innings and also how he performed with the ball. So he possibly could win man of the match in this particular match. Um, so brilliant from Wiaan Mulder, I must say. Calvert helped him well, but as soon as Wiaan Mulder lost his wicket, Calvert went almost 3 balls later, which was very disappointing because I mean he was looking really good on 36, 3 fours, or 56 balls. Really batted well, I feel, but then he ended up losing his wicket at the worst time ever. But then Corbin Burns came in and I'm extremely irritated. Oh my lord! How can my computer just do the switch off midstream? Like it's so bloody irritating. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Like what the hell? Weird. Anyway, so Keshav Maharaj and Corbin Bosch took South Africa past the 300 run mark as well, and past 350 and into the lead, obviously, of 300 and even more. They continued to pile on the runs, took them to even to close to 500. And overall, it was a brilliant past 500 as well. So it was a brilliant performance, particularly by Keshav Maharaj. Keshav Maharaj he put in a performance, I must say. Like with the bat, he looked really good. And we've been talking about him for a while, saying, you know what, is he going to be able to put on a performance with the bat like he's done in domestic cricket? But yes, a 51 from him, 70 balls, a captain's knock, I would say, and batted well, and took South Africa into a massive lead. I mean, people, after he lost his wicket, Quena he didn't really stick around much longer. I mean, Corbin Bosch also scored a 36 and he was important over there to pushing South Africa way past the 500 run mark. And South Africa ended up sealing it. I mean, really putting on a massive total, giving Zimbabwe 537 runs to chase. And Zimbabwe went back into the match, to their innings, second innings, and they put on some runs on the board, but they still need 505 runs to win. But I'm going to question something, though. It was obviously the umpires were going to cut the game short or the day play short because of the lighting, etc. We haven't reached 5:30 once this whole test match, so obviously you know that it's probably going to be cut off at 5 o'clock. Maharaj's last over of the day. Why did Zimbabwe not like waste time until 5 o'clock or try to prolong the bowling from Maharaj? Walk around a bit, maybe this tap in the middle, go talk to your opposite partner. Just waste time. Like, I don't understand why they would allow at that time with the light the way it was, new ball in hand, allow someone with the express pace of Corbin Bosch to come running in at you for one final over of the day. It was a weird decision, especially after they batted. The two openers actually batted pretty decently to keep themselves in the match or keep themselves in the innings. So Caetano ended up nicking off Bosch to end the day's play. And I was like, what are you doing? Two balls in to Bosch's over, he goes and loses his wicket. So now there's going to be a new batter at the crease tomorrow. I think that was a shocking decision from Zimbabwe to not think and have match awareness in that situation. But it is what it is. That's the situation that they have been dealt with. They ended with 32 for 1 and they need 505 to win. Do you think they can do it? Is the big question, guys. That's the massive question that everybody's going to probably ask is can they do it? Can they pull off a victory? But I mean, as you can see by the amount of people on today's stream, I don't think a lot of people have been really interested in this match. It is a big shame, especially after winning the World Test Championship final, that I haven't seen a crazy reaction to Test cricket from a South African standpoint, from a South African fan standpoint online. It's almost like, yeah, I would have thought that maybe people would be excited just to see our players play in action and just to see our new youngsters play, etc. But there hasn't really been a massive support for this game particularly. I mean, I guess it's because they think that we have already won this match at this point, because it's kind of is. If I'm going to jump the gun here, say it's game over almost, we just need to bowl proper lines and links tomorrow. If we can hit those areas like Corbin Bosch did at the end of the day's play, that could really help South Africa a hell of a lot. That will obviously give us the opportunity to win this game early. But and give us a day off, actually, an extra day off. But I have to talk about Kwena Mapaka. I'm a little bit concerned. And I'm not going to jump the gun with criticism here, but I'm a little bit concerned. I think that he needs to just calm himself down and focus on getting good lines and lengths and trying to bowl space every single delivery. I feel that he's bowling too all over the show. He's bowling like a T20 match. Some of the balls are Yorkers, some of the balls he's trying to go wide, some of them he's trying to do bounces, short deliveries, good length. He's all over the place in one over. I want to see Quinn Mapaka bowl 3 overs straight, hitting a good line in length in a good area consistently. That's all we need from Quena. He will nick off because of his pace. If he just hits those good areas, third, fourth stump, good line length, on a good length, pitching up to the batter, outside off, allow him to play at it, nick off, done. That's something that he needs to do. Or aim it at the stumps from fourth stump, angling it in. They miss, you out. I need Quena to just go back to basics, not try to bowl too fast, because that's why we saw him bowl a no ball 4. Oh, so 5 runs in total. That's a no ball 4. And then a wide 4 as well. Wide buys and a no ball buy. It was very ugly to see, to be honest with you. So yeah, I would like Quena just to calm things down, focus on his line and lengths, and not maybe try to bowl express pace. I'm sure that the bowling coach or the coaches and the staff will tell him that. And I hope that they do, because that's what Quena Mapaka needs right now, some guidance and an arm around him. Because that pace can't go to waste. He needs to just find a way on how to calm himself down. But overall, South Africa are on the brink of winning this match, and we need to please bowl them out early tomorrow. I don't want to watch this game drag on until tea or flipping until day 5. Like, we should be able to be ruthless here and just take all the wickets. I mean, in this scenario, I wouldn't want a 5-day test match because we were so dominant and we're leading by so much. So in this scenario, I want to see it quick, quick wickets and over soon. Anyway, let's get into the live chat and see what you guys have had to say. Sarfaz says, what a match Mulder and Corbin are having. Mulder more so. I think Mulder is going to create history in this match, being the only player to score 100 and take multiple wickets. Sarfaz says, I think this is the only match that I saw 2 all-rounders playing a key role in a team being on an advantageous position. Clock says, so chat for Wiaan, from the individual point of view, those are important runs. He'll face better bowlers for sure, but for today, those runs are important for him, for his confidence and for the critics and everything. It's very good for him. Safar says Tony seems to have issues with the ball bounces off suddenly off the pitch, which is weird considering he plays on pitches that have bounce. Am I wrong? I think he needs to go back to domestic cricket. Clark says, yeah. As you should be disappointed with some of the seniors. This mini series was an opportunity to improve those averages, and yeah, the likes of Bedescal have not done that so far. It's shocking, actually. Deva Brevis dismissal really pissed me off, says Sarfaz. What was the need for taking on an informed Masakesa, who just now bowled Luandre? He needs to develop match awareness in test arena if he wants to succeed. Give him time. JLRSA said, Khalid, we can't see you. We stuck around, all good. Thanks for sticking around, though. Thank you a lot for sticking around. Gramsdale says, it's game over. Clark says, happy for the Kesh as well. For a while recently, it seemed he'd forgotten how to bat and looked like a number 11. He needed that also. We need a Kesh who is decent with the willow. Gramsdale says, I'm watching, and I'm sure a lot of people are watching. It's school holidays and people here have lives, or people have lives. Happy to see Pretorius. He looks like a gem. Brevis is not ready for test cricket, and neither is Mapaka. Sarfaz says, definitely agree. Corbin needs to bowl in the channel consistently. Sarfaz says, I agree with you, Khalid, on Quena playing more red ball cricket, and it was reflected in this game. Clock says, it might be coaching. Usually at this age, they'll tell you, don't worry about control. Just bang it in as hard as you can. Control will come with age. Been there, seen it before. That's an interesting point of view. And an understanding that is the message when you're at school level. Then I understand. And maybe to an extent, perhaps domestic level. But I would start ingraining in them at a domestic level already that they should be bowling good lines and lengths over just banging it in with at pace. So maybe it is the messaging. I don't know. But at the moment, he just looks like he's trying to bowl way too quickly and he's forgetting about that consistent line and lengths. Gramso says we want to bowl them out early. We'll bowl them out late tomorrow or early on Wednesday. Zimbabwe isn't a joke. They are professionals. I'm not saying we won't bowl them out. I'm not saying that they are not professionals and that they're not that they are a joke. But I mean, we need to make sure that we hit the dangerous lines and lengths consistently and find those edges because the pitch tomorrow is going to be a little bit more uneven bounce, I feel, after 3 days of test cricket. There's going to be more in it in the wicket for the bowlers now with the new ball. We need to capitalize on that. Try and get early, quick wickets and try to bowl them out for as low score as possible. You want to play this destructive cricket. You don't want to give the opposition a chance. In my time square, Maharaj ruined my day by not declaring Coburn was average 200, averaging 200. JLR says, how do you think this match would have gone had we lost the WTC final? Eish. That's an interesting question. If we lost the WTC final, I think that Coach Shukri would have played his best test 11 with the Temba and Aiden and all of them in it. Okay, Temba's injured, but I mean, we wouldn't have known that, say, prior to the WTC final. So, yeah, I think it would have been a different game altogether had that been the case. But I think that spirits would have been down. We would have been, I think we would have been in a different mindset completely. But I also feel that Coach Shukri might have had to probably make drastic changes from a mentality perspective and approach if that had to happen, I think. Kremsa says Maharaj will be key. Yeah, Maharaj will be key. Sarfa says in the next match, I hope Coach Shukri continues with Luandre and Dewald with Senekwane and Gidi coming in the team. These youngsters need more confidence and that will only come playing more tests. Yeah, I almost feel that the senior players didn't deserve to keep their spot in the for the next test match. You've got a team with players in this team that need to be looked at and need to be given an opportunity. And I almost feel like the senior guys have not earned the privilege of being able to play in the next test match, actually. That's how I feel at the moment. That's how irritated I feel. Tabo says, I'm so happy on Mulder's performance in this match. Lorenzo says, good knock, but still not a number 3. You're gonna go to your grave with that one, Lorenzo. He can score 200, and I don't think you're gonna say he's a number 3. Yeah, so I mean, that is a debate to go with. I think Wiaan Mulder is adamant to prove people wrong. He has an amazing bounce back ability, I must say, because he's been criticized quite a bit over the years, and he's kept on coming back and proving people wrong, whether it be with a ball, whether it be with a bat. There was a period of time where people thought that he shouldn't even be in this test team. It's amazing what a confidence from a coach can do and backing. And that's what they did with Wiaan Mulder. That's what Coach Shukri did with Wiaan Mulder. And he's had quite a few decent performances for South Africa, even in the WTC final. Mulder will score 200s, one each in Pakistan, India in the cycle, says NY Times Square, backing Mulder 100%. Yeah, so I don't really have much more to say, guys. It's kind of just that. South Africa, I mean, they need 505 to win this match. So that's where we are with this game at the moment. Sarfa says definitely senior players except for Mulder. Corbin didn't step up. Brzezinski and David Bedingham disappointed me the most. Gramsdale says Mulder is a number 8. Interesting to see who we choose for the subcontinent. Mulder's a number 8. I have to disagree with that. Because for me, maybe he's not a number 3. But for me, Mulder was always, his batting was always, since a kid, since like high school, his batting was always better than his bowling at first. But there was something about his technique that caught Otis Gibson's eye, right? And they suddenly started picking him in the test side as a bowler, not only the test side, actually, across formats as a bowler. And then automatically the same thing happened. No, actually not. At the Lions, he batted higher up, 5, mostly 5, 6 sometimes. But for the Proteas, they picked him primarily as a bowler, and I felt like his batting, he was started working more on his bowling. Because Wiaan's quite an all-in type of guy. He's the type of player that, and he listens to his coaches and their advice, and he tries to implement it and make those changes. And he likes to analyze himself, and he's very critical. There's an article in one of our issues in one of our magazines, our earlier magazines. Go have a look at it. Wiaan Mulder's on the cover, and he speaks about being the scientist of cricket, of the scientist, like the way he approaches it like a science, like the way he analyzes it, etc. So I think that Wiaan Mulder, he used to be a lot more batting first, but then they started looking at him more like a bowler, and then his batting deteriorated a bit, but then he got back into it again, and he started batting high up at the Lions again now recently in the last season, and start getting runs there domestically as well. And Coach Shukri has now backed him and played him at number 3 now. He has a vision for him, so I wonder what that vision is going to be going forward. Lorenzo says, Lafayette, you know I rate him highly. In fact, I am one of the few who always backs him, but I'd bat him at 6 and Bedders at 3. Bedders needs to take away more responsibility, right? That I would prefer that. But for now, I'm going to be backing Coach Shukri's decision. JLRSA says, which young prospect are you most excited for at the moment? Luandre Pretorius. Guy's a bloody beast. He keeps scoring runs. Got a first class, I think, on his debut, first class 100. I think he almost got 100 in the SA20 debut. Got 100 in the final. I mean, the guy is super uber talented, and I'm excited for Deelwald as well. But Luandre is really excited me in the way he approaches the game and how calm he is, man. How mature and calm he is. Like, it's crazy at 19 to be that mature and calm. Ramsey said, "What is your starting 11 for Pakistan test?" Well, I'm not gonna get there yet. Let's. I just want to get through this test series and the T20s first before we get to the Pakistan side. Before I start thinking about that. Sarfa says Stubbs and Brevers will be a must in Indian subcontinent. I feel with Maharaj and Mutasami and also Brian. I think you said this on the previous show. Tabo says Mulder is a number 5 to me. Tabo says Corbin won't go to the subcontinent. Mutasami and Linda will go ahead of Corbin. Sarfa says in Pakistan it will be an ultra spinning pitch. So Coach Shukri will have a lot of challenges in selecting the appropriate squad. JLRSA says unpopular opinion, Mulder is the next Carlos. Wow. Unpopular opinion, more unpopular statement. The statement of the show. Clock says, just to add on Wiaan, most people actually don't know that he had major hip surgery that could have stopped him from bowling completely. The parallels with Green are actually interesting. Did not know that. NY Times Square says it will be good if Pretorius also scored debut T20 I100. What perfect position for Stubbo for you, Khalid? I was always under. I always wanted Temba at 3 and Stabo at 4. Perez at 5. And then your all-rounder Mulder at 6. And then 7 Calvareno. Or 6 Calvareno and 7 Wiaan Mulder. That was my lineup that I wanted to see. It hasn't worked out that way. Clearly. But after Bosch has performed like he has now, it's going to be difficult to see what they can do. Because having Wiaan Mulder, Corbin Bosch, and Marco Jansen, 7, 8, 9. Sure. Then KG at 10, Keshaf at 11. It's a very white team, though, which is a problem from transformation perspective. Tabo says, we have been saying that Mulder is next Carlos for years. Stabo also is batting in different position. In almost every game, he should be given a position. Gramsdale says, Stubbs is dropped, in my opinion. We have good batsmen coming through. I think we should trust Stubbs. I think that he's exceptionally talented. And I don't think we've seen the best of him yet in Test cricket. I think we need more time. He needs more time out there, international cricket. Clark says, seen some people calling for 100 to keep and drop Kyle. Absolutely not. Just let him bat. No, man. Like, I think it's a bit too soon for us to start calling for 100 straight into the Test 11. This is one Test match. And we've seen two contrasting innings from him. One brilliant 150 and then being bamboozled by spin. So we've only seen 2 innings from him. Give him more opportunity. Let him bat in the second match as well. Let's see how he does there. I mean, Zimbabwe might have worked a couple of things out. I hope not. Against him, let's be patient with him. He's only 19. It's not necessary to force him in. In my Times Square says, Stubbs carried protest batting in 2024 in all formats. He is undroppable. I think it's too. I think that's too harsh. Forgetting that Stubbsy is also quite young. It's not like he's an experienced batter. I think we need to back him and give him time. That's what I feel about Tristan Stubbs. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to smash the like button, comment, share, and subscribe, and click that notification bell for all future videos. Smash the like button, and also don't forget to comment in the comment sections below, please. It's very important that you do so after the stream has ended. But I will speak to you guys again tomorrow with another review show. Hopefully South Africa can wrap things up early, but stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and peace out.